Whenever I left, it was a big weight lifted off my shoulders. But when I say weight, I mean the weight of this legal process, not the weight of Ms. Murphy's life being lost. I want to make that really clear because that's something that will always be with me.
She had been charged with reckless homicide. The jury found her guilty of criminally negligent homicide and gross neglect of an impaired adult. News Channel 5's Chris Davis has been at the courthouse all week for us.
That was really what was striking about it all. If you followed the trial, you know on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday during testimony, Radonda was incredibly emotional at times, visibly weeping and putting her head on the table. But that wasn't the case today when the verdict was read. And afterwards, she told reporters two things. One, she will always be just emotional and moved by the mistake that she made in the Charlene Murphy case. But two, she's relieved that this legal process at least, is finally over.
Nothing that the district attorney said yesterday is worse than anything that I've said to myself. So, number one. Number two, it's been 3.5 years waiting for this process to be done within the legal system.
Vaught mixed up medication when treating patient Charlene Murphy, who was hospitalized at Vanderbilt for a brain bleed. Instead of giving her a sedative, Vaught administered a paralytic that suppressed her breathing and movements. The district attorney's office praised the jury's decision and had a message for nurses who felt under attack during this trial.
We want Davidson County to know that we, as the DA's office, do not prosecute on lies. We prosecute on the facts. And the jury heard all the facts in this case, and they rendered a verdict accordingly, and we thank them for that. This was not a case against the nursing community. This was about the actions of one individual.
She could face multiple years behind bars. In the meantime, I asked the district attorney's office, are they concerned about the precedent this could set for nurses that make mistakes on the job? They say they are not concerned that this was just about one woman. But a lot of nurses following this case see it much differently. For that part of the story,
we spoke with some of those nurses after the verdict, and some of them just said they did not want to go on camera. They didn't even want to give us their names out of fear of retaliation from the state. But they were visibly shaken, saying this decision will change the profession of nursing forever.
The vast majority of nurses really feel like, I am Radonda. I could be Radonda.
It will give us the impression that society doesn't support us, that the judicial system doesn't support us. And this is supposed to be one of the most noble professions and one of the most highly honored professions. And if your society and community doesn't support you, then what's the point in doing it?
When the verdict was read, everyone remained calm, but outside in the hall, some were speechless, and others again did not want to go on camera, but telling us this was not justice. Nurses, not just from Middle Tennessee, lined the halls and sat in the courtroom to support Vaught. Erica is a nurse who traveled from Las Vegas. The only positive that comes out of this is that more nurses will be extra vigilant at work because she says, and quote, they're just downright terrified that something like this could happen to them. For now, reporting live outside the Vanderbilt University Medical Center, Kelsey Gibbs, News Channel 5.
Kelsey, thank you. And again, Radonda Vaught will be sentenced in May. You can see her entire comments from this morning on newschannel5.com.